Okay, I want to talk about one of my previous videos where the air cube, for some reason, it did not want to communicate with WISP. That is the first time I ever had one to do that. If I was able to get the air cube connected to the internet, and it gave me internet, it always connects to WISP within 5 minutes or less after I put the key in. Now, if it has the wrong key, like an old key, registry key, in the WISP, it will have a little triangle with the explanation saying, update or change the key, and perhaps maybe it will work then. But this time, that was not the case. I said, okay, maybe it's not moved over, or it didn't move over when I told it to, from the old client to the new one. Even if I didn't move it, as soon as the air cube gets power and starts reaching out to WISP, it will show up in WISP even if it was in the old client's account. It would still show up. But I noticed after I changed the name in the air cube, device name, the location, the Wi-Fi name, and the password and all that, it still had the old location. It's never showed up in WISP to get its new information to show different. But as I log into the air cube while I'm getting internet from it, it had the new device name, the password has changed, and the Wi-Fi name changed to the new location that I put it. It was working, but it would not connect to WISP. So I changed the key 2 or 3 different times. Still didn't make a difference. I let it sit there for 10 minutes and still would not connect. I said, okay, maybe it has a glitch in it. So a factory reset. I factory reset it, put the registration key in it, named it, changed the Wi-Fi name, changed the password. Still nothing. But it had internet. But it would not, for whatever reason at the time, I couldn't figure out why it would not show up in WISP. Even when it was still programmed for the previous client with the Wi-Fi name and the password, I plugged it in, and after I get internet through it, then that's when I was going to go in there and actually change all the information to the new location. Well, it just never showed up on WISP for me to do that. So I plugged into it hardwired, and that's when I started changing things, and it still didn't want to connect. It still showed in the old client's or the previous client's account, but it's still inactive. It was not showing that it was actually on, even though it was, because I was logged into it and getting internet. And I looked at that client's account, and it was still active, which in the past I've had that, and it still didn't make no difference. It still just turned on in WISP, even though it's still in the previous client's account. So I didn't think that was an issue. But I said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and archive that previous client's account and see if that makes a difference. Nope. It still just sat there. Wouldn't do anything. it wouldn't let me access the air cube because it was not showing up in UISP. It was there from the last time that it was actually active in the UISP, but it gave me no options to do anything. I said, okay, let's just go one step further. This client's not coming back. If they do, it may be a year or two if they ever come back to Sneed's Ferry and need internet. So I no longer need their account at all. So let's just delete their account. So I went in there and took out their speed package they had, and if they had a credit card on there or anything, I deleted it, and everything I can delete out of it before I delete the account. And then soon as I deleted their account, within 5 minutes later, I logged into the Air Cube to just check a few things, and I noticed the green light. It's saying it's communicating with UISP. I said, okay. Why? I don't know, just by deleting the other account. I have no idea. Never done that before. I've had say a previous client still active and still had the Air Cube or the CPE still attached to their account, but when it got power and communicated with UISP, it still just showed up in their account as if it's still at their location, even though it wasn't. The UISP didn't know any different. Never had that issue before. Usually if it's been in there and I turn it back on and get power, it just shows back up. But it didn't show up for some reason until I deleted the previous client. I've never had that before. And then when it connected to UISP, now before that, I did tell it to move to the new client. And when I deleted the old client, it showed up in the new client's account with the new name, password, and everything. For whatever reason, to this day, I don't understand why, because it's never done it before, I had to delete the previous client's account altogether. I even went into the previous client's account, clicked on the Air Cube, and told UISP to forget the Air Cube altogether, as if it's never been in there before. That it would have to scan and find the cube again with the restoration key. That didn't even work. It did not show up in UISP as active until I deleted the previous client's account altogether. Never had that before. Because if I take an Air Cube, have it programmed for lot 1, and go take it and plug it into the internet, say here, 15, 20 miles away, as long as it gets internet, it will show up in UISP under that exact same account. It will say it's active until I tell UISP to move it. Regardless where it's plugged into internet, it still shows up. But this time, for some odd reason, it says, I'm not going to operate unless you delete the other clients. I don't know why. It just got stuck in there. The last count had a hold on the Air Cube. I've never had that happen before. It was strange. I was at my wit's end trying to figure out why. I'm like, it's doing something that it's never done before. It always shows up as long as it's got a restoration key, regardless what account that the Air Cube or the CPE is attached to. It will at least show up in that account, or it will show up as a new device and ask you to assign it to account. it would do one or the other, regardless. But this time it did not. But after I got it in there and it was working, I was going to just leave it as it's given internet. And maybe it was just a air cube going out, that feature just quit working. That's what I was thinking. Because I factory reset the air cube, which if it had a glitch in it, it should have fixed it, which that's what I thought. Usually that happens, and when you reset it factory, power surge or anything like that, it would fix the problem. That didn't even fix it. I rebooted it. That didn't fix it. I killed the power altogether. That didn't fix it. The only thing that fixed it was delete the previous client's account in WISP altogether. Some reason, the AirCube could not let go of that account. It would not let go for whatever reason. Never had it before. But after I deleted it, it lit up like it's supposed to, like I've never had that one installed before, and it working fine, and I can actually access it from here now. So I have no idea. But if you have that problem, and don't matter if you factory reset or anything, delete the account that it used to be, that it's attached to. Maybe that'll fix your problem. Or it might be one of them 1 in a million chances of it that happening ever again. I don't know. But that's the first time I ever had that happen. But it's Friday and it's the weekend. And I made a commitment to not do anything on Saturdays for the WISP. Now, when I say that means go out and do any physical thing with WISP, like go service call, go install, go uninstall, go check a router, move a router, anything. Saturday and Sunday is mine. Monday through Friday is the only time I'd be doing anything, going out and doing anything. Now, I may sit here in the studio and get some radios programmed and registered to certain clients and locations and stuff, but I can still sit here with the grandkids and drink my coffee. Then I'm good. Going out in the field, not going to do it. Not working on the weekends. Not going to work in the rain. My system is just not like it used to be. You get older, your system gets more vulnerable, and I don't want to know where the breaking point is. Used to, I can work in the rain for 2 or 3 days, no problem, and get a little sniffle. But now, I noticed the last 3 times that I've worked in the rain, I get a head cold every time, and it'll last 1 to 3 weeks, and that is miserable. And I'm not doing that no more. Because if I can work 2 or 3 days before I even got really sick back then, now I can do it once and get that sick. Where's that breaking point where it gets really serious, like ammonia or anything? I'm not going to push it to find that breaking point. I'm just not going to do it in the first place. I'd rather sit here in the studio if it's pouring down rain and just drink coffee. And I can program radios, watch videos, catch up on some videos of all my YouTubers that I like watching. I even log into my heat and air account and watch some of the fellas over there that we used to hang out and do live streams together. And try to keep up with them, what they're doing. But that's all I want to talk about in this video is that AirCube just was, the account had a hold on the AirCube. It just would not let it go, don't matter what I did. Factory reset, change the name, tell it to move, tell it to WISP to forget the item. Nothing. The only way I can get rid of it was delete the previous client's account altogether. I deleted the package and looked, nothing. I deleted I think that one had a credit card in there, deleted it, nothing. I put it in the archives, nothing. It just would not let go. I even clicked on it and told it to move, nothing. But as soon as I deleted it, I noticed it showed up. Strangest thing I ever seen. It probably never will happen again. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. I'll see you in the next one.